Scandinavian Airlines is facing a pilot strike. EasyJet is having a strike already on Berlin Airport, where the staff is on an outing, more or less. Ryanair is facing one. But what are your rights when airlines are striking here in Europe? I'm not a lawyer. I cannot give you in any special case some advice, but I can talk to you in generally and about my own experience. What I do in this case is you will be wondering that you could do much more than you thought. And another story from Birmingham, passengers had to return the duty-free things that they bought after the flight was cancelled. Interesting. My name is Lars. I'm here to bring you more miles, more points, more status. And of course, do not forget to subscribe. Let us always know what you think with commenting, with a like if you liked it. And especially if you want to not miss any show of your more miles, more points, more status daily dose, hit the notification button, the bell. Thank you for doing so. 2 or 3 things before we start. Mario has birthday today. Mario is my sidekick for the weekend. So happy birthday from here, and I wish you a lovely day. And for the next, how many 100 years? How old did you get? Okay. Next thing is, of course, the round table. We have a regular table tomorrow in Munich, then on Sunday in Berlin, on Monday in Hamburg. In the show notes you will find more of these dates. Another thing is that we, as the passenger union, Vereinigung Passagier e.V., it's a German one, but we are willing to open up a kind of a European thing. We have on Austria as well, a sister union for passenger rights. If you want to know more, come to the regular tables or send me a message and I will hook you up with more information. Scandinavian Airlines is having trouble. The Swedish government is not putting more money into SAS. Finance investors are like the birds circling around them to get the best pieces out of it. And now, end of June, there are possible strikes. The pilots union said that they have negotiated with the company and with SAS, and now they informed SAS and the governments that they are willing to go on a strike. That was on Thursday. They have negotiated since 2021 in November, but they didn't get a solution in their opinion. And starting on the 29th of June in Sweden, Norway and Denmark, they are going possibly on strike. For the SAS, it comes to in a time which is absolutely not the best, because they have trouble with financing, they have trouble with the fleet, they have trouble with the airports, they have trouble with everybody and everyone, and now the pilots are doing their fair share. Is it fair? I'm looking forward to your comment. I don't know, but they are what are they discussing? They are discussing that they get more money. And the Dagens Nyheter, that is the newspaper, says 900 pilots are going on strike if they are not getting a solution. And to give you some facts, the last strike was 2019. 45,000 passengers were suffering from that. 250 flights were cancelled, and it cost them so much money. It was 7 days. So in total, it was 4,000 flights in Denmark, in Sweden, and Norway. 360,000 passengers, and it was millions every day. Is it something where you say, hey, that makes sense, that doesn't make sense? Next case where people are on strike actually really is EasyJet in Berlin. EasyJet is reducing the fleet in Berlin, so they are firing people. And today they started at 5 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, not to go to work. 450 cabin crew are asked not to work. There's the union Verdi. And they are negotiating how they do it, and they want to have 5% more money, that is for sure, and they want to have a one-time payment as well on top. The union leader said that the employer has not given them an offer which they can accept, and they are now that is the most sentence I like most. The strike was provoked by the employer, which is EasyJet. Is this something which is true, or is this something where you say, hey, I don't care? I mean, that is not fair because I want to go on vacation, I want to go to work. Is this something we should take care of as it's not allowed? I'm looking forward to see. And one fact I forgot to tell, Eurowings told the crew which got fired or laid off, come to Eurowings, we are happy to get you. So that is a solution where you can get work. I don't know if the working conditions are comparable, but I think it's like you say in German, die Wahl zwischen Pest und Cholera. It's you can choose between pest or cholera, so it's not the best. Ryanair, Continental's largest low-cost carrier, did stop the talks to 2 Spanish unions, and here we are not talking about more money. The problem is that they don't provide bottled water like the most airlines do in Europe, and that is a situation which I think is completely different from the money issue. Why is it different? It is different because not to provide water, hey, they had sometimes 12 hours on the feet to do service for us, to work for you as a company, even they are outsourced, and you don't provide them water? What is wrong with you? And you have to see that they are asked to have a refillable water bottle, and when they walk through the security, walk to the aircraft, they have no time to change it. And you know the rotation times of Ryanair, the ground time, they even cannot refill. And to be honest, I don't like the water to drink on aircrafts either. And if they cannot buy it, if they cannot refill the bottle for free, they have to buy water on the aircraft, which is a 500 ml bottle for €3. And now you can imagine how many bottles during a day you need. That is $3.21 approx. So, San Benedetto water, €3. I didn't pay in Dubai so much for the same bottle of San Benedetto. People, that is, in my opinion, something where they should go on strike, and that is something that is absolutely necessary. And I think that has to be fixed. I'm looking forward to your opinion and what you think about it. If you are the same opinion that the Irish people are a little bit out of control, that we have to catch them and show them again where north is and tell them that is how we walk straight. But that is maybe the price what you pay if you fly with Ryanair. Do you fly Ryanair? How do you like it? I never did fly it. Maybe I should do it just as an experience that I can talk about my experience. But for us passengers, the most important thing is, what are my passenger rights? The passenger rights, which are in the 261/2004 European Union part, said you have the right to get your money back. You have the right to even fly with other airlines to your destination. You can get money, you get compensation, food, you get a hotel, you get even the transfer paid to the hotel. That is something you should know in general. The prices, depending how delayed the flight or how late you arrive to your destinations, can be €250 or €600 in between. And of course, it's not only the time, it's the distance. So these two things you have to keep in mind. For UK, it will be different. That will be connected to the price of the ticket, which is, in my opinion, kind of more fair as well. But when you say a strike, that is something which is force majeure. I have to say, sorry, that is not some force which came like an evil about us, because the companies can always say, hey, we understand the demand of the staff to avoid the strike. So they did not avoid the strike by taking the offer. They said, we reject it. So with this, they willingly somehow asked for the strike. And that is not the case for us passengers. We did not ask for it. So as the company can avoid it, they have to pay. That is the law. And there was from the European Court, there was a verdict in 2021 about that, and so that is very clear. What you should do as well is you should tell the airline that you want to fly on a different flight to your destination. If they do not react, if they do not provide you one, you can take it yourself. Of course, you have to pay in advance, but you can get it back afterwards. You have to tell them, hey, money back. And they have to pay, I normally put in 10 days. And after that, I give it to the lawyer and say, handle it. Another thing is, of course, if you say, I just want the refund, I don't want the hassle, that is as well possible. Then they have to repay you 7 days. Seven later. What is your opinion about it? And with the hotel, I forgot to hotel. If you need a hotel because it's an overnight, they have to pay it as well. They have to give you food. They have to give you a phone call. They have to give you so many things. And even if the flight, and that is just a side note, is cancelled more than 14 days, that is only the part of the compensation, which is not anymore part of the deal. This 250 to 600 euros, they don't have to pay. But the rest they have still to do. So don't get somehow side-guided or sidelined by the airlines because they push you away. But I think that depending on the country, you should clearly fight for your right. And that is something which makes us stronger as passengers, which shows the airline, hey, there is more to it, to the game than your profit or your risk. Anyways, when your flight gets cancelled and you bought duty-free and you are in non-Schengen, or in this case it was British, and when you fly out of UK, you are always in a kind of a international flight situation, tax-wise, the people had to return their duty-free purchases after the flight cancellation. Why? The reason for that is, of course, returning duty-free is a normal procedure for a cancelled flight. Customers can purchase duty-free and receive the duty-free discounted price, but this allowance is only eligible for customers who are departing, in this case from the UK. So if you would depart from Germany to somewhere outside of the European Union, then you are only eligible not to pay because you're leaving. So if you're coming back to the country, it cannot happen. It is kind of ridiculous, it is kind of annoying, it is kind of... I mean, the people didn't plan on betraying the country, but the hassle is your flight is cancelled. In this case, it was announced 10 minutes before the normal departure time. Then you have to queue up again to get the refund. Of course, you get the refund without any headaches. But still, the process takes time. You have 100-something people. I don't know how many had something bought. But imagine a 380 with nearly 500 people and only 100 bought it. It is a nightmare. I didn't want to say the effort, sorry. So what is your opinion? What is your take on that? I think it is outrageous to be so strict about that, as it was not planned. If it would have been planned that people want to betray the system, blah, 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 then I would say, okay, hey, we have to discuss it. But in this case, let it go, like they say in Frozen. Thank you for watching today Frequent Traveler TV Takeoff with today's special episode about the strike. I hope that you will get through the strike, that you are not affected as much as it sometimes sounds in the press that so many people are. And if you are, stay strong. Thank you for supporting us. Do not forget to leave us a like here, to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button that you get a notification when we go online, like today, out of the normal spectrum. And comment. And I'm happy to see you at one of the round tables, which we have regularly around the world. Thank you so much and a lovely Friday.